we didn't do that because you're in the middle of an adventure.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just check.
Okay, we are live with that. We're up to session number 65. It is season 5, episode 15. Episode title is Dega Bound. Whether or not you actually make it there remains to be seen. Online today we have Mike.
Hello. I play Boom Boom Crash, a Gungan base pilot, pilot extraordinaire. Very much looking forward to enhancing my piloting skills and becoming a championship pilot thing.
Well, you are on your way to doing that.
Yes, you can become one with your ship.
Oh, he's also been upgrading his ship.
Yeah. That'd be scary if you ended up becoming the fourth sensitive pilot.
He's a jump jump?
Lisa say, this is the droid that you're looking for?
You don't have any droids.
Just some pit droids to assist me on my ship. But other than that, yeah.
I think
Might
Ross
be
controls
to-
those droids and he's lent them to you.
No,
Yeah.
he's got his own crew.
Oh, he's got his own crew?
Yeah, he's probably got his own pit crew.
Oh, is that back at the space station?
Yeah, because we don't have...
You've got your ships on Elrood at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that brings us to Kesley online.
Sorry, my computer was freaking out there. Hello, I am playing Kayana. She is the follower asterisk of the group, former leader, now figuring out how to bend the rules to her will, kind of thing. Yeah, essentially trying to become the best at clan security that she can. I think that's her ultimate goal right now, is to do what she believes is best for the family as much as possible. So, yeah.
And I'm sure you will find out some interesting things soon.
Absolutely.
Next we have is Ross.
Yes, I play Khalid, the enforcer gadgeteer with his menagerie of pit droids that is now reprogrammed. Currently also in his...
So reprogramming, does this mean you wiped their memory?
No, I'm not going to wipe their memory.
So you're going to delete their personalities and put your own in there? When you reprogram something, you are literally...
the thing is, I don't want to... I just only want to get rid of any control of that the other guy's got.
That's not necessarily reprogramming.
Okay. Re-educating it.
It would most likely be a control circuit or a receiver of that.
Well, that too.
Realign.
Well, also need to get rid of his remote kill switch.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a remote startup, not a kill switch. You did the kill switch. Then we're up to Ariadna. Currently, you're only on that camera there because the other camera's zoomed in on the table.
Which camera zoomed in on the table?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Try an awkward thing. I'm the True Striker. I am currently the leader of the clan, trying to move us towards more economically friendly outcomes instead of just fighting and getting paid very little, or repairing and getting paid even less. And we've earned a few good commissions, but I'm hoping we can get through this pirate situation with at least all of our gear and our lives intact. But that may be a bit much to ask.
We shall see.
Especially based on what I can see underneath the level up table here.
Yeah, never pays to look under the table.
I didn't mean to. I was just looking at where to stick the dice for you. Because you use usually all of the other dice. I can move this over slightly if you like. So does that big pile of books apply to the game?
Yep.
Okay, so there's only like 8 books that he's got for the game, so should be a good one.
No,
And these ones.
So it's only mostly concerning. Got it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, there's another bunch of books on the table that he's got.
Yeah. Mostly concerning, not absolutely
I wouldn't
concerning.
say mostly concerning, unless we are going to be running into Force users.
So do we get any fate tokens?
Okay.
So I just thought I'd remind you, because usually that helps us. Try not to make too much noise getting all these lids off. Yeah, so I think that covers our situation kind of right now, although I think we might go to Kayana Kesley for a bit more of a thorough update, since she takes the good notes.
Well, let's recap. But
Yeah, recap. Okay.
Well,
Wait for Martin to figure out when that happens.
well, I thought you were doing a good job of running the game for me.
No. I'm just having pain brain day.
Okay, so did you want to do a recap for last session, Kessler?
Yep. So, last session, we were boarded by pirate crew that had overwhelmed us. We convinced, well, this was 2 sessions ago. We then captured them, just like, haha, turntables do turn. And with that, we have our head of that crew, Alphonse. Very common name in this section of the galaxy. So he got us to take the ship, or no, we got him to safely take the ship to the Scourge, which we found out was actually a 300-meter long projection. No. The projection is miles long, whereas the actual ship is only 300 meters long, actually called the Impasse. So it has a gravity well generator that is very desired in this part of space, mostly by the Empire, because no one else is supposed to have it. So we talked to Big Boss Quintel, and we have nice conversations with him, thanks to our buddy Feather. We convinced him that we can get the Grey Griffins and the Whisper back on the promise that we can get him spare parts to repair the Impasse. So he sent us 2 locations. So Korad, the junk planet, is likely where the ship, the Whisper, is, and Dega, where the current Grey Griffin's crew is most likely being held in slavery. He has given us a way to get onto the planet, but after that, we are on our own. So I think that's what I got.
Okay, does anyone else want to add anything more to the backstory?
No.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so 22 days later. That's how long it takes you to get to Dega.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what the hell happened?
Well, you were in the middle of the drift when you got this information.
Yeah.
It was not a simple thing to get back out again. The only safe path you knew of was the way you came. Otherwise, you were about, you'd probably say about 5-10 years from leaving the drift. Without that hyperspace route you had been working on. So your ship drops out of hyperspace near the planet Dega, a medium-sized world orbiting a red sun. As you plot an approach vector, you can't help but notice the horribly scarred surface of the planet. As your ship streaks into the upper atmosphere, a saucer-shaped ship, perhaps 50 meters across, crests the horizon, speeding towards you. The ship's brown hull is dotted with many viewports, all glowing softly against the backdrop of space. The comm indicates that there is an incoming message. So who's at the helm?
Crash.
Are we talking about piloting
Yep.
or just in the cabin?
Piloting and co-piloting, because your ship has pilot and co-pilot seat. The pilot and co-pilot can both access some of the other controls.
I dare say Crash is one of them. I don't mind being the other person since we don't have a mark here and I think I've got piloting.
Everyone's got piloting.
Um,
Except for Feather.
Okay, so Ariadna, as you
unless Kayana's got piloting or Khaled wants to, I don't mind.
Again, we all have piloting, so it's up to you if you want one of us to be taking second on this.
Well, who wants to take second if they want to?
I mean, your call if you want to go for it.
Well,
Well,
I'm in the kitchen fiddling with chicken right now, so I'm happy for
Okay.
someone else to do it.
Yeah, and I would be actually in the area with the shields and that, just in case we need to push
Yeah,
it back
then
up because
I'll
of mechanics.
I'll go ahead and be the one to help Broom Broom.
Okay, so that is a computer check for our pilot, co-pilot. So what is Kayana's computer skill?
Only 3 green. I think Broom Broom has the better one.
So I'm guessing you want to use a fate
No, it's not necessary.
because you know he will.
Yeah, but it's fine at this stage.
Okay,
Broom Broom has a better computers.
the GM will upgrade them. Okay, so those 2 dice have nothing in there. The GM can take a dice because there's only light side, and that leaves you with a whole advantage on doing so. If you're really good about it, but you're not quite sure how to get these comms up as you're hitting various buttons, not as familiar with the co-pilot seat as you'd like.
Who left Kyle in charge of computers again? Broom Broom has 1 yellow, 4 green.
And he will upgrade.
That's up to Broom Broom if Broom Broom wants to.
Sure. I think it might be a good idea.
No,
Let's
you
start.
need to, or you would have lost a dice.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I forgot to roll the
Oh.
purple dice. So you work out with quite a few successes as you finally get the comms message coming through up. It was needing to go through your translator. It says, "Greetings, unidentified ship. This is each day of the Arthurian shepherd ship Barney. I would like to have a few words with you on the surface. You might want to bring a breath mask."
Sounds like a Jehovah's Witness.
The Thorians, they're the hammerheads, are they?
They are.
Trying to discuss with us about our ship's warranty.
For the speak.
No,
In warranty.
No, he normally with that it says, "We've been trying to get in touch with you."
Well, you can ignore this and move on if you wish to.
Yeah. I was just
I was gonna say, based on the
perception check.
based on the information that Quintel gave us, does this match with what we expect? What he told us?
Well, that will have to be a check for Kayano.
I will do a check. Yes.
That would be you doing a education check to see what. Well, probably law check is probably the better one to do here.
Yeah. So 1 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, so you happy with that roll?
Let's see.
Okay, the GM will upgrade the difficulty. Okay, so technically, if I was to work that out, you would end up with 2 advantages only and 2 failures. So, you have no idea how this relates to anything. You're sure that these are probably the pirates.
Yeah. Okay.
You're well educated and everything.
I'm sure, absolutely.
Didn't he
I
actually
guess
say something else?
I'll just look over to Brum and was like, look, up to you, but to me it sounds like perhaps these are the people we're supposed to go to.
I think they're completely
I
because
guess so.
that's
Well,
complete.
we're going from what the players have been saying in game. So far, you've said these are the pirates and made jokes about them. So that's basically.
No, as soon as they identify as the Thorian, I'm going, that doesn't sound right. Because isn't the pirate's not an Thorian?
Are they?
Can
The GM's
I was gonna
reminding anyone.
I was gonna say
Can I
for
make an
character.
underworld knowledge roll?
Well,
You
technically,
can't
Ross,
because you're not in the cockpit.
we're not on the cockpit.
Oh,
but I
okay.
would,
So it's not. Yeah,
and
fair enough.
and
Yep.
no one's told you
I would
anything
be
yet.
hoping that at least if one of my seconds was in the cockpit, they would advise me that there'd been some contact, at least.
But no, they
maybe-
have not. They're making the decision. So
Maybe they're just happy doing that.
I need
Yeah, fair enough.
either Kesley or Mike to make a decision on how they're dealing with this.
I left it up to Brum Brum.
So it's
I'm
completely up to
cooked.
Mike how he's dealing with this.
Yeah, I think they're the pirates.
Alright, so should we follow down or should we let other people know what we're doing and follow down, or what do you want to
Based on the droid escapade, probably a good idea to let the others know.
do?
Well, what's the worst that can happen?
I've watched enough Top Gear to know you never say that.
Let's see. We lose our ship, and we've got 10 minutes worth of oxygen left.
Alright, so we comms to Thea, or to everybody, I guess, open comm channel. Let them know that we've been hailed.
Okay, so Ross, you're informed that you've been hailed and they're going to the planet.
Well, that's good. So where are we landing?
Who have we been held by?
That information was not passed along.
Coming back.
That's
who have
when-
we been held by?
Kayoshe, Sheta identified themselves as the Ichthey.
That's the
They asked to speak with us on the planet's surface, bringing breath mask. Wait, what's the word again? You know, things on your face so you don't die from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas masks.
Yeah. Sure, why not? I can't think of words today.
Rebreathers. and that.
I can tell with how much the Chinese whispers are going through.
Exactly. So bad.
They will say, hold that maneuver. Aren't we expecting from Quintel's information to be met in space? We sure these are the pirates?
We just got met in space.
Mm.
We're met in space, and now they're telling us to go to the planet.
Uh,
This sounds right to me. Keep in mind, player knowledge. Kayana got a bad check.
yes. But Day is a lot more cautious than anyone because Inquisitors equals bad, and so she wants to double check things. Plus, also pirates, wants to double check things. Can I do a perception or an insight roll to see, or an education roll to see if I would? Maybe it's a knowledge roll. Matching the information Quintel gave us to the tiny bit of information I managed to get from the cockpit.
Okay, so I'll give you
I'm coming over to roll my own dice.
Did you want to upgrade anything?
I'm not going to leave it up to...
So currently the GM can remove one dice after the roll.
I can't upgrade?
Okay.
You can, because it's all light save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely use a fake die. So that gives me yellow.
Does give you a yellow.
I guess this is a knowledge roll. I can't
It is a knowledge roll. Can't really buy info at the moment.
I'm
because
just wondering if I can use my insight type.
your force ability.
Yeah, my. Do I get a
this
sense that this is not a good idea or a good idea?
And giving you knowledge of
Okay.
the people and vehicle.
Yep, that's okay.
And then you can
Oh,
probably
what
do.
is that
and
the against?
And then you could probably do your sense if it's a good idea to go down there or not.
So he can remove one of those successes, which he probably
No, I
will.
can't
No.
because it's
Yeah,
you're
that-
spending
Oh,
weight.
okay.
Yeah.
While it's all white, I can remove a
That's-
dice. While it's all
that's-
black, you can remove a
That's
dice.
precisely why I know you can remove a dice, and that means that we've got no
Okay.
hope of
So,
getting anywhere.
you remember that this looks like an Thorian herd ship. They are pilgrims and naturalists
Okay.
of space, rarely pirates.
Okay, so are you with me when we're receiving these comms, or are you?
Well,
There's not much space on the ship, but he's in the mechanical bay.
yeah, but
pilgrim.
you could
I know
you could
you've
shout
got
at me.
xenology, don't you?
Yeah.
I will come to you and say, what do you know about Thorians? Last I remember, they're pilgrims. And did you say herds people?
The ships are called herd ships.
Herd ships. I don't think these guys are pirates. Doesn't mean that we want to ignore their call, but we might want to get some more information from them.
Yeah. Well,
You want to do a xenology check?
I'll give Starwing.
No, don't. We're not calling for Starwing for this. Just
No. You're the Starwing. You're the leader.
right, Starwing Clan.
That's your rank, Starwing.
Yeah, I just want to know what you know. If you know more
Okay.
information.
So if I use talk to talk,
Mm.
that flips one because I have to use a destiny point, but I can't upgrade correct
You
because
cannot
I only can
upgrade.
spend one.
One per check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 yellow, 2 green, and 1 blue.
Do you want me to roll since my hands are currently clean? Did you want to use a fake thing since this is just...
No,
No,
Yes.
I have.
You already have?
Basically, I'm using my underworld.
And only one fake can be used at a
Yeah.
time.
You got a triumph, so that helps.
When we look at...
Hooray!
Okay, so those disappear.
I have a feeling we'll probably go down anyway.
Okay, so... you know that most Thorian herd ships aren't associated with the criminal underworld at all.
Yeah, they're normally neutral.
They are designed for science over everything else.
Which could be
Okay.
helpful.
And they're said to be some of the best farmers in the galaxy because they can grow anything anyway.
Oh, cool.
So,
All I know is they got a bloody good yell.
They also can hypnotize you with their voice if they want to, because they can do a dual harmony.
Yeah, or they can give you a splitting migraine.
Can they do that over comms?
Generally, it's the in-person thing that's normally.
It's because
Do
you're
you
picking-
know how to prevent being hypnotized?
Being
I'm talking about this over comms too, so Kayana and Crash
discipline
can hear
is
it.
what you would say is what you do to do so.
Okay.
either that or be death.
Yeah, stuff cotton wool in your ears. I don't know. I don't know if cotton wool would help.
The name Ichthay is an actual name of a person, whereas the character missed the ship's name and wrote the NPCs down as the ship's name.
So
Okay.
Kayana wrote down the ship's name
And
instead of the actual.
no, wrote down the NPC's
Character.
name as the ship's name
Right.
and missed the ship's name.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, because that's like I'm like it's called the what now?
Ichthay is
Yeah.
an actual name.
So so it's
And
the ship's not Ichthay. It's either the owner or the captain is Ichthay.
And in your time in the underworld, he has been approached to grow certain substances on multiple occasions.
Okay.
No one knows if anyone's actually succeeded in getting him to grow substances.
Yep. So he's a botanist.
So overhearing this, Kayana and Crash.
And because you did underworld, it has to be from the criminal perspective or your knowledge.
And they want us to meet them on planet.
On the surface.
So what was this message exactly? Did you say, Kayana?
Love that I'm doing this today. That that they wish to speak with us on planet and to be sure to bring on the surface and be sure to bring free breathers.
Does someone wish to spend a destiny
Yes.
point to have it reread to you?
No, maybe,
I say yes. I'm gonna say yes, just because Kesley can't think today.
Just pause for a second.
Sure.
Not saying not to. I'm just thinking through what I've heard from Khalid, and I have a couple of questions in mind. The first is, we spent 22 days getting here. We are still trying to find the crew of a Whisper. They're still pretty urgent to find, but they could be down here. As far as I know, the Force could be leading us down here to find our crew members. So I kind of want to do kind of one of those perception type checks. But the other thing is how long will it take us to divert to the planet, say? Is it a significant period of time? And if it's not, well then, kind of curious to see what's going on down there, but we'd have to take precautions. Can I do the sensey-feely intuition check before we hear the message back? Or do you guys think you'd rather hear the message back first?
Me, thinking out loud, I would probably say I'd do your sensey wency thing first.
So I might do, what does my intuition tell me about what's going on here? Do I feel like I'm being lured into some sort of trap? And if I can make it kind of a two-pronged question, do I think that this could lead us to the crew members eventually? And I will spend a token, please. It's a shame those tokens can't take away some of those. That is a lot of dice.
Not a lot of positive dice.
Yes, yeah, in my hand. hands are just very achy. But I know when the GM rolls for me, sometimes it can end up really bad.
I just have that tower.
Although that's not great. Maybe. Oof, it's hard to tell. This is why I like it when you start doing the plus minus thing. There's 2 dark side points. No, 4 dark side points there, so that's all bad. Is that going to end with bad? Everything bad?
Technically, I can take away a success with the Black Bear, or I could just make that a despair.
Despairs. So I just get nothing.
No, you would get a success, a triumph, 2 threat, and a despair.
Can you remind me how despair works again? I know it's bad.
Well, the triumph gives you a really nice result. Haven't got them all in there yet, but example, on a knowledge check, triumph you learn something good, and despair you learn something false.
Oh, okay. So could end up going down the wrong path.
I put it on the perception.
And the other choice for me is to just remove the success.
Remove the success and end up with a lot of string.
Does that mean I can try again later after more information is gained?
Possibly, but it means that you're not strong enough at this point in being able to pick them up. You probably need a little more training.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Is it metabite gaming if I ask the group if they have a preference? Or 2
Well,
metagaming?
did you want to succeed and get a despair, or fail and take strain?
I kind of don't want to take strain. Despair, I think, will lead us down a false path, but that's
Well, it depends
like
on what it is.
I'm happy to kind of deal with that. So my own feeling is I'll take the despair. But if the rest of the group really don't want the despair, then I could get influenced by that. Does that make sense? But because this is all force stuff, I don't think I even need to ask the group. I'm thinking out loud a lot today.
You are.
Yeah. I'll take the despair.
Okay. So you pick up from them that they are come across as very benevolent, not hostile at all. And that they have a purpose for bringing you down. But
No sense about the crew members.
But with the despair, they're just too alien for you to read at the moment. This is your first time reaching out to that race.
Entirely.
And you're not sure if you read them correctly or incorrectly.
You're being very kind to me
Oh
today.
no, that's what I would have done anyway.
Yeah, no, I feel like you're being very, very benevolent yourself. But it
Because
depends on
a
what the
despair
false
can be
lead
done
is.
in many ways.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And that's fair. Alright, did you want to rehear the message then, Kesley?
Your call at this stage. If you feel confident going forward, go ahead. But if you feel like we should probably rehear the message,
Well,
your call
I didn't
there.
object to your request to doing it. I just wanted to see if my Sancy-feely stuff gave us anything extra. And since it kind of hasn't given us much more to go on, I think it's not necessarily a bad choice.
All right. Well then, yes, I agree to use blind force point to hear the message. Yeah.
Apparently, the message was still in the buffer, so you push play,
Okay.
which is what spending the point did for you. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been there. So
Can you read
it reads
it
out as
slowly?
greeting, unidentified ship. This is Aisthay of the Arthurian shepherd ship Barney. I would like to have a few words with you on the surface. You might want to bring a breath mask.
Okay. So, having heard that, and having decided this could possibly lead us to the crew at some point, not being entirely sure, presuming, unless I hear objections, everybody's curious enough to go check it out. My only other question is, as we head down there, what precautions are we going to take to try not to be voice hypnotized, mesmerized by these people?
Well,
We have any
Khalid.
well, the
earplugs?
no, the fact that there's probably got rebreathers, which would make it hard for them to do that anyway.
I was
Would, yeah.
I was gonna say our suits, like most of us have a vacuum seal.
Yeah, we all
Um,
do now.
would wearing our helmets then protect us from the audio input, or are we still susceptible? That's a question.
Would
Well, again, you're not really familiar with them. It's like meeting a creature that you're fearful of something, and realizing that it's so rare for that to happen. You're just afraid for nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because they can do something doesn't mean it's something that they do all the time, or if at all.
I still wouldn't mind taking some kind of precaution if Khalid still has anything from that xenology roll.
Well,
Don't take your helmet off.
Okay,
And you
Yep.
will also have someone else on the ship still.
okay, alright, all good. In which case, reply back to them, send us coordinates.
Well, they've already replied, and
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
And you're currently heading down to the surface
Okay,
following.
alright, so, sorry, I'm
All good.
I'm distracted by many things. I shouldn't be at a game, but unfortunately
That is
Ready
what
to go?
an Ithorian looks like.
I was gonna say. Oh, it's one of those guys.
Yeah, hammerheads.
And the people on the camera seat?
Let me switch to a different view for them.
Oh, that's okay.
There we go. You want to turn it to the side more?
That
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, that gives them a better
Oh,
view of
those
it.
guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
front on, they
I'll
couldn't tell
show
what
you.
it was. Yeah.
I can't let go of that. My hands don't wanna.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Alright, I'll go quickly keep pulling that chicken apart because cats.
Okay, so you go in for a nice soft landings, thanks to Mr. Crash.
Well, that's
He's
the
a
question
pilot.
I was gonna ask Martin.
Yep.
And this could be just me being overcautious again as usual, but do I get a sense that wearing our full armor and being wanted figures that we don't want to wear our full armor, or do I get a sense that I should be okay?
Well, if you don't wear your full armor, you don't really have a large protection
gonna
for
do
you
it
out
anyway.
there. And if it is an ambush, you wouldn't have time to get your armor back on to save yourself.
Yep.
Fair enough. I'm just having a tough time visualizing how everything would work, but that's okay.
Well,
That sounds
either
good.
way, I'm wearing my armor.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to disguise myself in any way, is more what I'm saying.
Okay, so as you reach the surface, you find that the Ithorian ship is parked not too far away. It is probably about 20 meters longer than your ship. You've got a 30-meter ship, they've got a 50-meter ship.
It's a bit small for a herd ship, isn't it? Or is this more of the scout?
They called it their shepherd ship, which means this is the equivalent of a shuttle.
Ah, okay, that makes sense then. Because I'm going, I thought herd ships are basically the same size as like the Mon Calamari cruisers.
No, they're bigger.
They're bigger.
Yes, they have an entire jungle in them.
Cool.
I know this is metagame. Who's got the best talky talk? We don't have right now.
The people who aren't here.
No, I think the best talky talk is the co-pilot.
So we have...
And say, at this stage, it might be me. Which
Thea
is
has a
terrifying.
presence of 4. Kayana has a presence of 4.
Yeah, everybody's now got nearly a presence
Charlotte
of
has a
4.
presence of 4. And Brum Brum has a presence of 3. So...
But he's got a red dice because he's a Gungan.
Not canon.
Was that a joke or is that a real thing?
That was a wishful thinking.
Oh,
But the GM can make it real.
no,
No.
no.
Mesa says, how rude.
That's if he's dealing with the Trade Federation.
I thought only if dealing with B1 droids,
Oh, B1 droids too.
or even BB droids, just to frustrate a previous B1 droid. Because you keep telling the B1 droids to roll out. I'm sure they would love that.
He's not here right now, so
I'm just leaving some tidbits for him to listen to later.
we won't talk from him.
Okay, so the best speaker you have is Thea,
Alrighty.
who actually has 3 yellow dice in negotiations,
Yep.
I take it I'm about to roll soon.
and you also have good leadership as well.
Yeah. I'll be there in just a
Good
second.
cop only works on other people, doesn't it?
Good cop is after she's had a roll, she can then give someone else a bonus.
Oh, okay.
So
Still always
it's an addition to her thing if she's actually working with someone.
Yep, cool.
Oh.
Whereas Kayana has also bad cop, which allows her to
Alrighty.
do some of the similar stuff. Okay, so when you get down to it, you see, I will describe him to you. Ichthay is a tall Ithorian dressed in a woven cloak and using a long wooden walking staff.
Does he look like he needs it?
Well, you're not sure how old he is.
Okay.
Very hard to tell from.
I just
looking at
mean,
these
like, is he
guys.
limping or is he leaning on
he,
it a lot?
he is leaning on the staff as he walks.
Okay. Other cool thing, is it possible to have Ash near the doorway, even though he's not present, with his big gun?
Was going to put Ash on the controls.
Okay, yep.
In case you needed someone else while the rest of you came out and met the Ithorian.
And Feather obviously floating in the background as well.
Okay, so his translator introduces himself as Pilgrim of the Mother Jungle, because not all Ithorians can actually speak basic.
I'm impressed that he
I
can
said
speak.
not all Ithorians can speak basic, only a couple can.
Okay, that's.
It's like not all Wookiees can speak basic, but a couple can.
They've got cybernetic enhancements.
No, it's normally genetic misfortune on their part that gives them the ability to speak basic.
Genetic misfortune.
Yes, because they are then considered a mutant amongst their people.
That
Oh,
means that
wow.
they can't really speak Wookiee very well.
No, they can still speak Wookiee, but they can also speak basic.
Would that give me...
They normally end up being ambassadors or aides to the senators
So-
in part of the
No.
Republic.
Would that give me... So, would that give... mean... Brain, words. Does that mean they probably have like a harder life, they're a bit ostracized a bit, or not something
If
I
they can
would know?
speak basic, yes, they would be more ostracized or more pushed into positions of bureaucracy.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks for him. Yep.
But he didn't speak
No, he
basic.
didn't.
Got
He's
a
using a
translator.
translator.
He's using a translator. Okay, so he
Well,
doesn't actually
Well, it
speak.
would either be that or a protocol droid.
He does speak, but his voice is taken over by a equivalent of a protocol droid speaking for him.
Yeah.
So it's translated so other people can understand.
Am I remembering right in seeing in some of the Star Wars media type things that some of them have like a translator thing on them or attached
It
to them?
basically sits around where their mouth is
Yeah,
and
yeah.
projects from there because they got a mouth either side of their neck.
And is it like that kind of deal, or does
It
it
is that kind of
Okay,
thing.
cool. All right.
Probably also acts as a
Like-
breather as well.
Like Google Translate.
Yeah.
And so he introduces himself as Pilgrim of the Mother Jungle.
Okay. Greetings, Pilgrim of the Mother Jungle. I am Kai. We weren't expecting to intercept you. What is it that you need?
He starts gesturing around as he talks, and he goes into a discussion on nature, balance, and the scars of abuse of the environment. In which case, it does feel a bit preachy.
Well, this world has been decimated, so yeah.
So,
Whose world? This world.
Well, the world we're on has been decimated.
Do we know the name of the world?
Dega
Dega.
is the name of the.
Was this where we were heading anyway?
This is the planet you're trying
Yeah.
to find the base on.
Oh, okay. See, I did not connect that at the start. Genesys.
Okay, so
God, I really want to be in Star Wars or Shadowrun or Cyberpunk so I can get like a memory upgrade in my actual brain.
okay, we'll see how well that Thea is persuaded by his way of thinking.
Ugh.
Okay. So the white side are on your side.
Okay.
As he's doing this big long spiel,
Mhm.
you're the person who's doing it to at the moment.
Gosh, I hope I'm not being mesmerised right now. This could lead us down a very wrong path. I did warn everyone that they can hypnotise and mesmerise, didn't I?
You did.
Can I quickly preface that with, if any of us start acting unusual, the others need to step in?
Okay, so he does discuss with you the whole belief of balance and how this was once a forested paradise.
It doesn't help that I fall sensitive either, does it?
And you do pick up that he is also force sensitive.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And how the desolation of the land does create a dissonance in the force, because the life here is so few and far between that it doesn't project much or provide much in the way of guidance.
Kind of hope we don't get conned into just having to send more parts and resources here, but I have a feeling that might end up happening.
Yes, he is quite compelling, and you do
Does he
find
actually
that
ask anything to it?
he is a teacher,
Okay.
and that you find he travels with 10 other pilgrims on his vessel,
Okay.
and they travel around the sector, educating those around them.
So, how do you say his name again?
Each thing.
So
IYCH-THAE.
IYCH.
Ixthay?
Each thing.
IYCH.
You can probably pronounce it better than I can.
What was the rest of it?
His name's Bob.
Oh, it could be Each they works for me.
Each thing is as closest as my mouth
It's
can
a
pronounce it.
bastardization of his poor name and language, but he's stuck with me, so that'll happen.
And he takes you on a short tour of the avenue.
Trying to role here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean that in a testy way. Each day, how long have you been here with your brothers?
He has been in the Elrood Sector for several years now, since he remembers when some Mandalorians joined up with the sector police around the time he arrived.
Does that ring a bell for me?
That was roughly when you guys joined up with the sector police. So he's been here at least 4 years to have seen that.
4 years. And so what have you been doing during this time that is helping with the balance? Just so that I kind of understand what their aim is. And
He educates, he finds plant life to preserve seeds, and tries to nurture some life back into some of the dead worlds.
have they had any luck with that?
Not when people continue to pollute and destroy.
What kind of problems is he having with the pollution and the destroying? Is it the population that's down here right now?
Well, most of the people of this sector just take without giving.
I can understand. So what kind of things do you need people to give?
They need to make sure that any damage they do to the environment also helps renew the environment.
Kind of like the old carbon foot program you used to get when you bought plane tickets, I'm presuming.
So he points out a nearby mining rig going about the damage that this planet Dega endured under the stewardship of Randall Mining. Says this is the result of Randall's efforts on a planet.
Which say I can't commit to anything because I can't guarantee. I might be able to have some influence in talking to Randall Mining and perhaps maybe taking a more balanced approach in taking resources from planets. And I'm happy to do that for you. I'm just wondering, have you, do you have much contact with the rest of the population here as you go about with your education and things, or are you guys kind of isolated and, do you find it a bit hard to get in contact with people?
He's generally left alone, though he does talk to various groups. There's not that many people left on this planet.
Yeah.
The planet is toxic. The atmosphere does not promote growth of most life. It pushes beyond what even Ithorians can cultivate back into life. The water is toxic due to the mining practices, as is the ground.
I'll chip in here that if anybody else wants to ask questions as a part of this, feel free to do so. And just let me know and I'll pause.
And he does say that anyone who lives here has to import food, water, and any other necessities because the planet no longer provides any.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I'm wondering if you mind, we've actually come here looking for some friends of ours that have been waylaid. And finding and retrieving these friends might actually give me a bit more sway with Randall in convincing them to give something back to this planet. I don't suppose you've noticed how many people are in our group of Grey Griffins? Is it 5 or 6?
You're not exactly sure how many are here because you think it was 4
Okay,
had
yep.
been taken.
So I'll describe, the crew, what they might look like, when they might have come down, and just say, have you noticed anything that might lead us to those people, or I'll describe the ship and ask about if there's any marketplaces or things like that for ship parts, because it might have come down here by pirates. And I'll use the last fate die because this is the crux of the information that we're after.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to assist me, I'd be very pleased for it. No
What
party
would you-
members want to chime in?
Yeah, but just
What skill is it?
Where I've been talking to him.
Yeah, but what skill?
Well,
Well,
no,
negotiation at this stage.
no. The thing is,
Negotiation.
you used good cop, correct?
She cannot give herself bonuses and good cop.
Ah, so she can't give it afterwards.
She can't give it to herself.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. So what's?
I think you have a better negotiation than me. I
No,
have
I
one
mean
nose,
like
three
if someone
green.
wants to assist me, I might get myself a blue die.
I can assist, I guess.
How does Guyana assist?
So
That's the thing. I don't know how I would necessarily assist with
maybe
this.
you would also chat with him and interlude your own questions and comments.
Is Guyana moved by the statement on the devastation to the land?
Or anybody,
I would
really.
say that Kayana does feel that he is justified in his belief, and it's not something that is unreasonable to ask of people. So Kayana's kind of on the same page as they of like, yeah, we can definitely talk to Randall Mining to talk about their eco practices following mining actual planets.
What about Brum Brum? How does Brum Brum participate in the conversation?
I don't really think I have anything resistance.
I'll point out you as a Gungan might relate in the sense that you've had the Who are the humans on the Gungan planet?
Naboo.
You've had the Naboo encroach upon your territory and your lands and harm the environments and things before you came to a discussion, just like the Mandalorians had their planet glassed. So, you know, you might empathise on...
It was done around there.
Sorry, what was that?
It would have been done not long after the Empire took over.
Yeah, oh, is our planet glassed? Yes, it was.
Over about 10 years.
Yeah.
It's 15 years ago now.
No, when what? So the Empire's bombed it now.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, you might empathise as a Gungan in the sense that you've had to deal with other people, you know, not invading your territory as much, but affecting your environment and your capacity to enjoy it and your culture and your peoples, you know, because they're too busy doing their own thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the horrible movie with the Gungans in it. I presume you kind of have.
Which horrible movie?
I can't remember the number. Is it the first three?
First three.
It's the first one.
Yeah, but the
basically.
Gungans definitely had an initial very hostile attitude towards the
Nabooians.
because they felt that the Nabooians didn't respect their culture, their people, and their environment and territory. So that might be something you might comment on.
Yeah. Yeah. Misa's people.
He's trying to translate it all into Gungan. just say it in English.
I would say Misa's people were treated badly by the
Booey? Is that the bad word?
Yeah, I think that's what they called it. Booey on Misa's planet, and they tried putting algae into our home in the water, so Misa can empathize with user completely.
Okay, so I'll add a blue dice for that.
Okay, so that's...
What about Khalid?
Yep. Oh, so I get another blue dice. Nice.
Does terraforming actually exist?
Terraforming does exist, it's just a slow process.
So basically the only way of fixing this world, it will have to be terraformed.
But there's no resources here for anyone to actually come back for.
So no one's interested.
So it's actually a fully dead planet.
Someone's stripped mine to the planet.
Yeah, Randall, it seems, from...
We need to put it a Genesys torpedo.
See, up until now, also, Thea's seen Randall as a source of income, a source of support,
it's like Avatar.
and a source of
That is correct there, Mike.
help with the rogue Avatar.
The movie Avatar, where the
yeah.
humans...
The blue people, the blue monkeys.
Yeah,
The humans are just completely...
I was thinking the other airbending Avatar.
Well, the other thing is,
no.
think of that world as basically it is a parasite
Pandora.
to everybody else because it feeds off them.
So there's also a deeper recognition in Thea that Randall isn't just a source of money, work, resources, rebel support. They are also kind of... They play a fairly big role as a bad guy, and helping them do this might actually be leading them to destroy yet another planet. But Khalid...
They're a corporation. They'll go for whatever the cheapest method is, but if they get pointed out that ecology can also have the advantages where they don't need to get food off planet and things like that.
It's certainly something, though, that never really entered Thea's mind until now. And now that it's entered her mind, it is something she's definitely going to bring up.
It is the main reason that this encounter is there.
Yep. So for her, it's a moment of can't think of what that word
No,
is.
I thought this planet still was. I thought it wasn't. Still had some resources left, but if it's completely dead, going. So what's the reason for it?
So the description of it from space is as a medium-sized world orbiting a red sun. As you plot and approach Vector, you can't help but notice the horribly scarred surface of the planet, and this is what you see from space.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the same as Tatooine?
Tatooine, you see a desert world.
Yeah.
It is not described as a horribly scarred surface.
Okay, so basically this is like Mandalore as well. Mandalore's horribly
It's
scarred.
probably closer to Starkiller Base.
I'm
In the
not
sense
familiar
of
with
there's this
Starkiller
big
Base.
cut along the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
that is what strip mining does, is literally dig out.
Oh, I've
and
seen strip
waste.
mining in the Australian outback.
Yes.
It's horrible.
It is horrible, and you can
There's
you
no
can see
question.
the strip mining from space everywhere. There is no life growing on the planet.
So do you interact with each that?
Oh no, that's why I was
each
speaking
thing?
about terraforming and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's beyond about
Okay. Yeah.
okay. And then I was saying that basically the reason with Randall, they'll go for the cheapest.
And so
They-
most likely there's still material here, but it's so deep that it costs them too much to get.
Well, I can guess what their next alternative would be is to blow it up and then go through the rubble.
That was what the original plan for the Death Star was to blow up dead worlds and harvest the material from it.
And
But the thing is, we don't know about that. That's what I'm just saying.
I also mentioned each day that if it comes to it that they decide that they can't do anything more here and they decide to move on, if I have the resources at the time, I might try and help them do that. They probably have all the resources they need, but I put the offer out there sincerely anyway.
Okay, I will add a blue for the end.
Well, the other thing is, does he actually have any like blueprints or instructions on how to go about balancing out the mining part with the ecology?
He basically had a long spiel about how to not destroy the environment, just that it cost more money.
And now just
But also, it also has the benefits that they don't have to get stuff off planet to.
Yeah. And I would have taken notes at least. Do we have recorders and things like that?
You do, and he would quite happily give you a data chip
Yeah,
with
that would work.
his current complete works on ecology and keeping the balance,
Yeah, because
which
I
gets
find that
expanded every year.
interesting just for myself. I'll subscribe to his magazine. Can I be mercenary and check to see if I get a dice across?
The other thing is, if they also go over, if Randall also then go to Randall Pharmaceuticals, they could probably also go for like grow.
Yeah.
They could turn what was once unprofitable world into profitable worlds.
Yeah, and I'll be doing my research in terms of trying to sell that as an idea, but I've got a lot of ideas and research projects to go.
GM pointing out, you could literally go to Randall and suggest taking this guy on as a advisor for keeping the ecology stable on the planet.
Would he be willing to do that?
He would, because he has been protesting them most of his life.
I will see what I can do about getting you a spot on their advisory body. I don't know how much influence I'll have with them. I'll give it a go.
Well, if they want your help, they.
I would make a joke right now about having Ash standing next to me with his big gun, but I feel like that might be taken out of context, and maybe not match the Authorian. Is that the right name for their people?
Ithorian.
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 Yep.
Much better than their derivative hammerhead.
Ooh, that's a
they-
despair right there, and there aren't any triumphs, so
No. Don't we get to remove a dice due to the fact that it's all black?
You can remove one dice.
Can we remove
I'd
the
be
despair?
removing that despair, please. So
That is the advantage of having it all black is... Okay,
Good call.
So he is quite taken with your discussion about how you really want to try to get Randall to try to fix things and to potentially get him on the board, especially when discovering new planets.
Well, I'm actually sincere in my support of him.
Though you would also guess that were you insincere, you would probably sense it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so after you give him such a good return on the discussion, he does say that it is the responsibility of all to look after life in the galaxy.
Yeah.
But he does also tell you that he has learned something about the criminal activity on Dega as you have giving him enough influence for him to pass on some information. He does point to the west and says that you will find the Scourge's hideout in that direction. But they do have a large fleet. Their fleet consists of 6 blast boats, a container ship, a space barge, YT-1300 freighter
Wow.
that belongs to their leader, Chalma Trilly.
Sorry, what was the name?
Chalma
Chalma
Trilly.
Trillion.
Trilly.
Trilly.
No, N on the end.
Yep, I think I got it.
So he does know that the space barge and 6 of the blast boats have been gone for close to 2 months now,
Oh, okay.
which sort of accounts for when you met up with the Aquilish in space.
Okay. I kind of remember that.
The one who you got the 3 droids off
Yep.
and the directions on how to get here.
Oh, Quintel.
Yeah, Quintal.
Okay, so is that not good news for us?
No, you did know that he was working with the Scourge, so the projection that they put out is part of that.
Okay, yeah.
And when they're trying to be sneaky, they don't have the projection up.
Mm.
So people just don't associate that space barge with what they're doing.
So basically, all they've got there is a YG-1300.
Here they would have 3 blast boats, the YT-1300, and a space barge.
Oh.
Because the container ship is the one that has the gravity well on.
Oh, fair enough.
Alright, I thank him very much. I will let him know the results of my discussions with Randall. Can we think of any other questions?
Maybe just a comms leak, so if Randall take up the offer of bringing him on as an advisor, that they have a way to contact him?
That's something I meant to ask and I did forget.
He does give you his com code, so if you leave messages in any of the civilized systems, it will transmit to him when he's in system.
Perfect.
And you also note that the freighter you're traveling with has actually subscribed to the Hyperspace Network update database, so they always get up-to-date hyperspace routes whenever they land in a major system.
Oh, nice.
Which means that your travel with this ship is a lot simpler and faster than it is with your own.
I don't
Interesting.
want to keep the ship, but probably won't be able to.
Or get a subscription to your ship through them if you
yeah.
ask nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to get a paid subscription. Where's the free trial?
Sorry, who's there to us?
14-day free trial.
The free trial is you might get the original database when it was created 20 to 1,000 years ago. Here you
That's
go.
funny.
Here's your free trial. If you don't come back, we'll understand.
So
That's funny.
who was it that we were asking nicely for the free for the?
You could,
No one.
you
I
could
was just
poten-
making a joke.
You could potentially ask Randall Mining as well because they have it on the ship you've been using.
Right, I see. I just wanted to be clear so that in making notes of things to follow up on, I know who I'm asking for what.
Yeah, I would say it probably is one to ask for Brandel Mining
Yeah.
as part of payment, either for this or for a future thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't have any other questions for him.
No, I can think of.
Was that nothing you can think of, Mike?
Correct.
I did have a general question to ask Martin.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are pretty much kind of teachers and monks. If we wanted, we're not likely to want to. So I'm trying to form a question in my brain. No, I think I'm actually good.
Okay.
I was going to ask about getting some sort of support or finding other resources for taking these guys on, but I'm pretty sure this is something we try to do on our own because we need to keep this pretty discreet. And we do have technically sufficient firepower, I presume, or tactical capacity.
Well, not against those blast boats. We really don't want them to be used because that is what incapacitated us last time.
Yeah. So, would these
They are
guys
quite
have
powerful.
any information or knowledge about how we might deal with that, or know?
I
Where did
don't
it-
recommend Kayana to do this check.
You don't recommend?
Last time I was trying to figure out from the information Quintel gave us how to get past this. I know he gave us a pass to get down to the planet for an opportunity to talk with them, but we were on our own past that, and they may not be so friendly. He was unusually friendly with us because we had feather.
Yeah.
So
Can I
these
disable
guys
the,
left on planet
turning
may
off
not
the
be
big
as
droid?
friendly.
Yeah.
Disabling the hit it on the nose thing.
You might need to replace their nose to do that.
So, Martin, I guess my question is, it's more of a, you probably don't have an answer for this question to each day, but in terms of I can't remember what it's called that Kesley just mentioned. Was it technology or is it a ship that you mentioned, Kesley?
Sorry,
About-
I'm a bit lost with the crosstalk and.
Yeah, I'm probably confusing people because
I had three
Kesley
people
was
talking to
saying
me.
stuff, and then as soon as she said stuff, all the key terminology my memory forgot it 2 seconds later. So I'm trying to ask for more information about something that my memory just won't hold on to.
Gotcha.
so-
I'm sorry, I'm not fully following your question at this
So
stage.
the initial question was, should we be asking them about either if they have information knowledge to get around, like when we go to take these guys on, there was like 3 glass boats.
Asking
Three
if
blast
if
boats.
he has any advice on how to take on the
Yeah.
pirates.
Yeah.
How
Or
to avoid them.
Not a bad
around-
question. So maybe that's
Yeah.
something we can ask of his experience about how would you, if you had to approach, how would you approach
'cause
those guys?
yeah, even though he's a teacher, he's a teacher is also an observer, and so
Okay, he does respond to you saying if he was to try to approach these people and expecting them to be hostile towards him, he would probably use the mines, though he does not recommend going in without a map.
Ah,
He does not have one.
no. Does he know where you might
That would be
find
too
it?
easy.
Excuse me.
He's sure that there's all sorts of information just left on this planet by those who didn't need it anymore.
Okay, so we might need to scout around rather than head directly there.
Our ship is still a Randall ship, is that
It is
right?
that it is. That is correct. It will register as a Randall ship to anyone who scans it.
So, is there a possibility that our ship would have information on the mines left behind by random mining on Dega?
Okay, give me a computer check for you
Oh,
as you
Well,
start
let's see
tinkering
who
on
has
it.
good computers.
not Guyana. I only have 3 green, so she would offer this to somebody else who is better with computers.
Well,
As a suggestion.
just so you know, Thea has 1 yellow, 3 green, and 2 blue. When we look at Brum Brum has 1 yellow and 4 green. So if Brum Brum and Thea work together with Brum Brum helping Thea, you'd get the best dice pool.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what
let's
I
go
was
with that. So yeah, Kayana knows she's bad at computers, so anytime where it's avoidable, she will always offer other people to do
As a
computers.
suggestion. Yeah, I get it. You're suggesting this would be a good idea for something to try.
Kayana's that Gen X manager that doesn't know how to use Messenger.
I would say good advice number 2. Is it number 2 or number 1? When they're second in charge.
I have no idea.
Well, one's your number 1 and the other one's your number 2.
Well, they're equal in status.
Well, someone gets the first go-to, probably whoever takes over from you automatically if you're incapacitated.
At the moment, technically, it is Khalid because of the demotion that Kayana got.
Yep.
So that means Kayana's number 2
Yeah.
What
So
the?
good advice number
and
2.
Carla's number 1.
Great.
That means I'm the ish.
I would like to one day help her get re-promoted up to.
It's quite easy. That happens to me. I go, okay, number 2. What do you suggest?
But until then,
I'm just supposed to stand in the background.
Does this
and
make
bloom.
Thea Dr. Evil? I'm number 2.
alright. Don't expect me to do the voice or the mannerisms. I'm not very good at either. I
can still do the
was
pinky.
going to say, was that my role?
Well, I was doing it for you. Which
No,
gave
that's
you,
okay.
Uh,
I was
pretty
coming
much-
over to do it, but
You succeeded quite well. You know that you've got the signatures for quite a few things that are left on the planet from Randall. So you might be able to zero in on any of those things which may have more information. They don't store all the maps of all their mines on their ships. Mainly because a planet like this would be riddled with mines.
so apologies. I've kind of forgotten what we're doing.
You've just checked the computer system for anything they have on Dega.
Yep.
And you get the beacons for a number of vehicles left behind on Dega that may have information on them.
Okay. Do we want to head to the closest?
Yes. I would say head to whatever's closest and see
And
if that
you
can
are
give us.
picking up 2 different signals in about 50 k's of where you are.
When you say 2 different signals, is there any way to differentiate them?
One of them's listed as a barge, and one of them's listed as a ground crawler on your computer system.
Do I know
ground
the difference
crawler.
between those two vehicles?
A ground crawler literally goes across the ground. A barge is what takes resources out into space.
Okay, so would the barge be more likely to have information on it, or are they fairly close together? We can look at them both at the same time.
You would have to go to one and then the other.
I probably would go to the ground crawler first because
I was
the
gonna
barge will
say-
most likely just be where the mine is.
Yeah, because ground crawler is more likely to go into the mine, whereas the barge
Yep.
would take what's taken out up to
Yep.
space.
Yep, that sounds. I am happy with these thoughts.
Yeah.
I will give last goodbye to each day with a thank you, and we might head off that way. Unless anyone else, Mike, were you trying to say something?
No,
Okay.
I was just getting a drink.
It's all good. So yes, Brum Brum, with the help of Ash, managed to putt across the surface towards the ground crawler you've picked up. It reminds you of those you see in Tatooine's from the Jawas, what they have. They are mining ground crawlers, the sort of thing that is easy to build and deploy, contain a majority of the tools it needs, as well as the ability to refine it, so there's less to carry out. Because the more pure it is, the less space it takes.
Yep.
Okay. And you see this one is 3.5 meters long, so not as big. And it looks like it's got treads, and it is half buried in the sand.
Interesting.
You could even potentially put this on the shuttle if you, if you, or it would fit on your ship, not this one. This one doesn't have the space for a vehicle.
Right. Yeah, this is smaller than our current ship.
It's also
Okay.
got all these sensors, equipment, and provisions in it to let you survive for months at a time.
Yeah, because that's the idea. Our ship wouldn't be able to do a long journey. So I guess we carefully start looking around to find what we can find around it or in it.
Okay, so the door itself appears to be sealed. How do you want to get in?
Did Kayana asking Thea and Brum Brum, did the computer give any type of passcode or special knock to get inside their
Is there a
vehicles?
mental override?
Okay, so give me a perception for your character.
So
For,
is that me?
sorry, for Kayana or for Carly?
Yep.
Khaled has called out for is there a manual override?
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
that's
Yep.
What was it?
That's fine.
yeah, so that's one yellow and one green.
One yellow, one green. I will upgrade the check. Because you didn't actually get a choice on that
No.
one. Okay, so that goes away. That becomes...
Knowing my luck, probably can't see any because it's probably buried.
Okay, looking at it, there is no manual override, but there is a lot of rust on this, so you're not sure if it's locked or just rusted. Do you have the toolkit handy?
Yes, it's standing right next to me.
Okay, so what is your mechanics?
My mechanics is 3 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, do you upgrade it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that actually looks very good for you guys.
Oh, yay!
So that is 4 successes, a triumph, and an advantage.
Okay.
So,
Woo!
Is there any advantages if I actually make advantages out of it?
well, you can reduce the strain you had taken from trying to find the actual.
But the thing is, I suffer strain to activate it because I was doing eye for detail. I'm just saying if there's any advantages would be useful for anything.
Okay, so mechanics. You can upgrade the item with repairs and possibly add a blue dice to its use if you're actually doing a repair on an item.
We're not really repairing
And
it.
Triumph may grant an item an additional function for a single use. So basically, you have managed to repair the door enough to open it.
Yep.
It seems to be not a locking door, just it had rusted shut. And now it opens without a sound. You see inside, it has space for 4 passengers and about 200 units of cargo.
Okay.
So it does have more space on this than your actual shuttle has.
Yes. Strap it underneath it.
And you even believe that you can potentially power it up again.
Well, we do need to power it up to get to the computer. To download the computer.
Okay, so powering it up, it seems to well to life with a smell of burning circuitry. And you realize this is a manually controlled vehicle designed to withstand nearly any sort of environment.
Well, this is a very hostile environment.
You don't believe it was a hostile environment when it came here.
Yeah, but it is now.
It is now, which is why it still works. It would work on nearly any environment, potentially even work underwater.
Okay. Cool.
Which means there's very little in the way of electronics inside the thing beyond basic manipulation.
So no mapping system.
It has no computer core.
That's a bummer. Okay, so would they actually go for handheld thing?
There are no handheld things on here at all. It's basically a simple transport for carrying goods.
Yeah.
Think roughly in the Mandalorian when he wore the stormtrooper armor on the small little vehicle.
Yeah.
Except it can take 4 instead of 2 people.
Yeah.
It's roughly that. It does give a reading that it can travel probably about 200 kilometers before running out of energy.
Okay.
So it does have a decent charge on it. If anything, this would get you underground, using underground tunnels. If you had a map, a very good chance of
Sneaking in.
surprising someone.
Okay, so we've got a vehicle, we just need to get a map. So, it looks like we might have to go to the barge. So we've got a vehicle to sneak in, but it's manual only. So, broom broom. Hopefully you're good at piloting ground.
I was going to say, does this mean we need Brum Brum to drive it?
Amusingly, Feather is also a good ground driver.
Yeah, but Feather's
He
not
is,
here.
but he's not here, unless we're allowed to say he's here and he drives
Well,
it
the
first.
only way I can get Feather to work, for it to work, is get some spray paint and spray paint on their taxi or, what was it, the Jolly Bus or whatever the bus.
Party bus.
Party bus.
Party Bus 2.
Party bus too. That's funny.
I am sure he would love to have a party bus too.
This is an underground party, is what it is. Okay, so since it's manual only and doesn't have stuff, so I guess we have to go over to the barge. Do we want to take our own ship, go to the barge, and then come back to this potentially?
Bless you.
Okay, so as you're doing that, your feel your cloak start to whip up for the first time on the planet, as the wind picks up very quickly.
Oh, great.
As you
Take
see
shelter.
in the horizon
Sandstorm?
a large brown cloud starting to approach in your direction.
Oh, fuck.
What do you want to do?
Okay. This would be a survival, wouldn't it?
Well, if you want to stand out in the
No. To know if it would be safer to be in the ship or you'd be.
Do you have survival?
Yeah, but I'm going. This will be survival to the survivalist.
Is that me?
Okay. Survival is probably. Who actually has decent survival?
I thought our big game hunter had the survival.
Technically, she does have the best survival amongst you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fun fact, so we get sandstorms in Arizona all the time. We call them haboobs.
Quite dangerous.
It can be sometimes if you're driving, but usually not super intense, not like the Sahara.
Well, don't worry, they give me a average speed of 200 kilometers per hour for the sandstorm.
Oh yeah, so this one's pretty intense.
Yeah, which is enough to throw our vessel all around.
Yeah, no, that's a problem.
Okay, so I will give Ariadna
I'm
Shit.
just about over there. I just have to finish this milk. Am I doing a roll?
would you like me to do it for you or Ross to do it for you?
You can do it for me. Just more grateful right now.
Yeah, we're trying to work out should we actually go off planet to avoid the sandstorm, or try to work out a place to hide. We also don't know how long the sandstorm will go for.
You do, you have the best survival skill in the group.
In which case, what choices do I have? Do I have any? I don't know. Do we think that this is worth using a fate token?
Oh, we can't.
We're out of them, so we can take out dice if we don't like any of them.
Yeah.
Or I can upgrade it, which means that you don't get that option.
But I thought there's only it's all black right now.
Only one. It is all black right now, but I haven't upgraded, so that means
Oh.
that if I upgrade, I flip one over, or I give you the option to remove a dice.
Correct.
So technically, you can remove 2 failures or 2 threat.
Two failures or two what?
Remove
Correct.
the 2 failures. I'd say, but
Yeah, that'll probably be better. 'Cause I think that-
because the threat will go away. Because I was mostly hoping for more successes.
Okay, so Thea does a quick scan with her helmet, seeing that this does look rather lethal, and does know that your ship could weather this pretty well. It's designed to deal with lots of things, but you wouldn't see anything while you're in the storm. Probably best to batten down and wait it out than trying to take off while it's about to hit you.
So how far away is it?
At the moment, it's about for about 6 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, okay, we're going to batten down.
So how close is the ship to this ground?
probably right next to it.
thing?
You landed next to the ground crawler.
Okay, and
We'll seal the
do
ground
do
crawler.
we need to possibly secure or put a tracker on the sandcrawler quickly so that?
Well, you haven't unburied the sandcrawler. You've just opened it up to get
Yeah.
in.
So basically, all we're going to do is seal it and
And
get back
it'll
on
be
the
fine.
ship and.
And the sandcrawler itself would also survive the storm.
Yeah,
because
I
it
just
has
wanted
before.
to check we didn't have to like batten their its hatches and put tag on it.
Okay, so you spend about 2 to 3 minutes battening things down.
Yep.
And that's when you start to hear the whistle of the wind coming through, which picks up to a shriek that lasts for about 10 minutes.
So 10 minutes the longest it goes for, is it?
It takes 10 minutes to pass through because it is passing through at 200 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
Well, there is nothing on the surface to obstruct the wind, really.
Yeah, real life advice. If a sandstorm comes through, you gotta pull over, stay inside, do not get out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I missed the fun fact. What was that?
We'll get started if we're outside.
I have real life experiences with sandstorms. It's called stay inside if you're in a vehicle, stay in your vehicle and turn off your lights.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want to leave the lights on. Battery would go flat.
Well, it's partially that, partially if there are other people on the road, if they see your lights, they think that you're still on the road. And it causes crashes and stuff. Anyway, that's real life.
That's good to know. I don't think I'll ever be in a sandstorm, but if I am, I will think of you.
That's okay. When we have fogs and all that sort of stuff, the recommendation is to turn lights to parkers and put on emergency lights when you pull over. Otherwise, you get the same thing. Okay, so yes, after 10 minutes, the ship is buffeted a little bit, but you're able to unbury it rather quickly.
Yep.
Mainly because even your struts are mostly above the sand.
Yeah, it just means that it's going to take a little bit longer to dig out the
Crawl.
crawl.
It does, because it basically dumps about a meter of sand all over the place.
So it gets 4 shovels.
Okay, so yes, at this point, I'm assuming you're planning on either driving the barge, the ground crawler over, or flying over.
So,
I would,
To the
Flying, unfortunately, gives us that you can give them an opportunity to spot us.
so what was
yeah, because like their radar would go off if they see something
well,
electric moving through.
Talking about flying to the barge ID
Yeah.
you've got for Randall mining.
I just wanted to. What was the quick end result for the ground crawler? Was that
It's just buried a little bit more.
With the ground crawler, will we still have those directions to the barge?
You still have the ID for where the barge is. It hasn't moved.
Okay, I was just curious because you said it was manual, so I wasn't sure what the
The
system.
ground crawler is manual. The barge, you're not sure because, well, you all it has is a reference point on the Randall mining.
The only thing
Yeah,
is
right.
we don't know the cartography between us and the barge. Like
That's
there might
true, too.
actually be a Grand Canyon in between them. That's the
Yeah,
only
there's no way to know.
Because the ground crawler doesn't have a map.
No.
Okay,
So I think we might actually have to fly. Yeah, unless you want to risk it and run into a.
well, you can always return to this location as
Yeah.
it's still pointing out a signal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you have a short jump up into the air with your ship and make it to where the mining barge is. You see a mining crater in a large sand dune, and you detect the signal of the barge coming from underneath the sand. So it's listed as down there.
Yeah. We don't have any idea of what type of barge it is.
You just have it listed as barge, which makes you think space capable.
Yeah. So it was more like let's try to work out where the airlock would be. But the problem is that we don't know what type of barge it is. It could be anywhere.
Again, apologies for having
We might have to dig a bit. Okay, weird idea. Would we be able to turn the blasters or thruster side of our ship onto the sand to then blow the sand away? Is that a crazy idea?
It would be a skillful roll by the pilot to do so.
Hee hee, we have the best pilot in the galaxy, don't we, Broom Broom?
Absolutely.
Sure.
This is probably going to go horribly wrong. I love this.
Potentially problematic, but yeah.
I was going to say, question before we attempt this feat. Does that risk blowing up the barge?
Yes, hence why I said it was a crazy idea.
Yeah. Might we leave that as a last resort?
Sure.
Okay.
Other options are to dig.
Martin, how long will it take us to dig?
You're not sure how deeply it's buried.
Okay. Is there any kind of sensors or scans that we can do to figure that out?
That would be a computer check for you guys.
Is that room again?
Yep.
I believe you and Brum Brum together can do it.
Yep. Let's do that. No. No.
Okay, so your sensors tell you that it appears to be about a meter down
It doesn't seem
to get to where the airlock is.
Okay.
I say it's worth giving it a bit of muscle. No, suppose I can assign Ash to do it since he's the burly one.
Absolutely.
You can, but he looks downcast as he has to put his gun away.
No, I've got a better idea. Ash, you cover me while me and my pit droids do it for you.
Yeah, no, look, I'll help out as well. If we've got a couple of shuttles. Terrinoth, no. You're just sulking.
Okay, so you uncover enough of it to identify it as a planetary shuttle. So this is designed to take stuff up to a orbiting ship.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, it can go into space, but there's no hyperdrive.
No hyperdrive, and generally not designed to go. It's not really a planet-to-planet sort of thing.
No.
But you do find 4 extra breath masks,
Okay, cool. That's useful.
6 extra power packs.
So is that vehicle power packs or?
They do have adapters to charge weapons, computers, droids, and
Okay.
other common devices.
Cool, that's useful.
4 glow rods. So that's torches.
Mm-hmm.
3 recording rods.
Unusual, but yeah. Do they have anything on them?
Checking them over. It's been so long since they were last done.
Okay.
They're basically saying they're empty. Which can happen when they're not, turned on or off on a regular basis. And then you also find a disc.
There you go. All done.
Just it seems to be unlabeled, but requires you to plug it into a computer system.
So, you've got a computer system?
It does.
So, let's see, we have to jury rig the, there's no power for the ship, is there?
Well, your ship has a computer system.
Yeah, right
This
on.
one has its power supply.
Well, actually, it'll probably be easier with our computers, with our ship, because since it's the same company, it'll have the same security to override what's on the disk.
Okay, so plugging it in, it starts to show you maps of Dega for area spanning over 200 kilometers around you.
Woohoo! Cool.
Including all mining and other shafts. Everything the company dug in the area.
Okay.
This sounds like good news.
How old is the map?
Map looks to be about maybe 50 years old or more.
Let's just hope there hasn't been any cave-ins, mountain slides, anything like that.
Well, if anything has happened since they pulled out, it would be very hard to tell to begin with. Well, you'd think it actually would be close to 100 years old, the map.
Okay. So, will we be able to work out where the land vehicle is to plot to the pirate space?
Okay, so you should be able to. It would be a sensor roll,
What's a sensor roll? Computers?
which is using computers, yes.
Yep, so Broom will be very good at that.
Yep.
Brum Brum and Ash working together.
He's earning his
Not
keep.
Brum Brum and, sorry, they are working
Yeah.
together. Okay, so you think you might be able to navigate the ground crawler around most of this part of the planet fairly easily.
Cool.
Just you and I wanted to figure out where the pirate base may be.
We weren't able to figure out where the what was?
Pirate base may be. There are many options.
Ah, I see. Alright.
So do you have a hunch ability?
Um,
What's your gut feeling say?
you want me to reflect naval reflection?
Because we've got these positions where we think that
She
is.
hasn't really learned to use the force
Yeah.
properly yet.
No. Not enough to go. I get a sense of where it is. Studying the data that we do have, and the information that each they gave us. Can I narrow down where I think the pirates might be? Because he said to the west.
You have quite a few possibilities.
Okay.
You can probably check out a couple of them, but
Yep.
you wouldn't be able to check out all of them before the power ran out.
Okay.
We've got 6 cells. How much power will that give us?
It may extend you out to maybe 300 kilometers instead of 200.
Yeah.
I
We'll have
gather
to,
we don't know how to recharge.
we've got 6 power cells that we can use.
Yeah. Are they things that can be recharged though?
They can, but we can't recharge the vehicle to charge the vehicle.
Okay, can our ship charge them?
Possibly, but you are starting to get close on supplies on your ship
Yeah.
before it needs refueling.
Okay. Do we know of populated market town type area here?
The pirate base.
So the pirate base would probably be the most populous part on the planet because there's nothing that grows here and nothing that is traded here. It's been a dead world for over 100 years.
Yeah, no, I figured that. I just figured it would have to ask the questions.
Yeah, Thorian would probably have been the easiest person to have traded with.
So I suppose we can go back to him.
You suspect he may have left.
Okay.
Yeah, he probably would have left way before the sandstorm.
Okay.
Yeah, probably by now.
Well,
So, how far away is the closest one to that we suspect from the land vehicle?
Probably about 50k.
Okay, it's not that bad.
yeah, so my next suggestion was basically maybe go to the first one, try our luck. What were we doing again?
Trying to find the Scourge's hideout without them knowing you're coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, we don't want to do that then, do we?
Well,
Or is this the place we're travelling to? Is that where we suspect there might be an entrance?
That was what you were trying
Yeah.
to find out.
Right, okay.
so we're trying to avoid being shot out of the sky because
Yeah,
they're not going to expect a land assault.
yeah, okay. Well, I guess we
Unless they've
try
got
for
vulture
the
droids
closest
all over the
one.
place.
Is that the go, really? I don't suppose we've got much more options than that.
The only thing that we probably need to look out is for if they've got any sensors anywhere.
Well, how
What the
about
hell
that
paranoid they are.
got with caution?
Well, they probably have lots of sensors on the surface. Most people would be foolhardy to go into the tunnels.
Ideas? If any?
Did who have ideas?
I was asking, I was saying that it looks like our best option is to go to the nearest one and try our luck to see if it's, because these are mine entrances that might have back ways in, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of
Unless
think
anyone's
that's.
got better ideas.
I can't really think of anything else to kind of help narrow it down.
I can't think of any other
Unless-
investigations we can do.
Unless they could potentially force sense life forms in a particular area. I don't know how force works.
I don't either, that's the thing. I don't have a lot of training in it.
You just put your hand up, wave it around, and say these are not the droids you're looking for. That's
Lesson learned, yes.
basically it.
I'm not at a stage where I can Obi-Wan it.
You can put her hand up. Unfortunately, no one really believes what she says.
Not even me.
Oh, no, if I stand and be behind her and loom, yeah.
Yes, you can intimidate, yes, but not
Yeah.
actually make people do what you say.
So I would say head to the nearest one. Martin's already ruled out that I can do a force sensey thing because it's too general and broad.
And you also found out that the planet is not very receptive to
Yep.
force.
So I could do like a little bit
Oh,
of
because
sensey
it's mined out.
Sorry?
Because
It's not receptive to the force because it's been mined out and the balance
Yeah.
of the planet is
There's
off.
no life.
So I could do it with the I can't remember the name of the species.
Authority.
A Thorian, because I was dealing direct with a life form, but I can't do it on such a broad general basis. So we're heading to the closest one,
Okay.
hoping that the Force is with us.
So, you are taking the ground crawler or the shuttle? Your ship.
Can we take our... Can we leave someone behind to bring the shuttle? The ground crawler or the shuttle, and then take one or the other?
You can literally, because you have a 2 spare characters who can be shuffled off onto either or both.
So, even though it's unwise to split the party, I think because we're trying to conserve the ground crawler's power, we cautiously take the shuttle over to the closest one. If this is what we want, then we get the ground crawler to catch up.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we can see the base, the most likely they can see us.
Oh, okay, so this is not just a mine that might have a back way in. This
No,
is
if we
potentially
know the crawler will
pirate
be
base.
going through the mine, because we've got a plans for it.
So
Yeah.
we take the crawler,
The crawler's the stealthy one. If we go
and
by
then
the
leave
ship,
the
the
shuttle.
shuttle's not going to be as stealthy.
Yeah, okay, then that way then.
Okay,
Apologies.
so you've got Ash and Feather on standby, or if you need them.
Yep.
And the 4 of you pile into a small little box with who's at the controls?
Brum Brum. I
Brum
think
Brum?
he's Brum Brum good at ground vehicles.
Vroom vroom in the hope that he doesn't crash.
I know how to do ground vehicles, but not very great. I think Brum Brum
I
actually
think I've got some
decimates my
ground
skill
vehicle
on ground vehicle.
training. I've at least got like licenses and things. I know that much.
Well, Brum Brum has skill with it, and so he has 4 dice with 1 boost, so 1 yellow, 3 green.
Yeah,
1
so
blue.
he's a lot better than I am.
He's actually
Yep.
fairly well trained at it. He doesn't have to roll at this point.
Ah, right.
He's just saying what he actually has.
Right, okay.
So, having a skilled person at the controls can avoid certain rolls.
And I'm also taking the pit droids
I'm
because I actually am hoping.
There's no room for the pit droid.
Ah, fuck.
not. What do you
Because
got?
I was actually planning on saying, okay, you blend into the ground crew and disable the ion cannons on those ships.
I was going to say, what if I hold one closely?
No, the thing is, it's either. Oh no, we can whack them in the storage.
You can put them in the storage, yes.
Yes. That's okay?
That's okay.
Alright.
Okay, so as you're bouncing along the surface, who but besides the driver is going to make a perception roll?
I think my perception's pretty good. What about
Who was-
Kayana? Didn't she become a presence? What
Uh,
do you call it?
No, not
No,
necessarily, but my presence
she's
is 2
after-
yellow, 1 green. I think you have a better one.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we need
Oh.
somebody who's good at cunning.
Cunning.
Cunning. Oh, I am not cunning, so not me.
We're looking for a cunning clan.
Is that...
I vote for Therion.
I'd vote for Therion too. He's very cunning, and he's currently complaining and using his big eyes to try and get chicken out of me.
Let's
He's
see.
not getting any on the basis that he'll always sook if he thinks that's the way he gets it.
Okay.
So currently, if Kayana helps there, you get the bigger dice pool.
Okay,
Let's do
that
that
sounds
one.
like the way to go.
So,
So what's the dice?
Because
Guessing two.
Kayana can add to the ranks. I'm sorry.
I'm just having my hand ready to...
Would you like to upgrade your check?
Do we want to upgrade on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we want to observe if there's any sensors and things like that.
There's 2 black hole.
Is there any dice you'd like to remove? Black dice for you are negative.
Yeah.
So the black dots for you are negative.
Do the 2 white even out the 2 black though?
Not particularly.
No. Okay. Well then,
So if
probably
you
the
got
2
two-
black.
Yeah, because that's was it 2 failures, isn't it?
But it's
or-
also
or
not
two
good for me.
threat.
Yeah.
3 of them can be kind of despair.
Yeah.
Oh god, I really need.
Success. So technically, you succeeded quite well on that roll.
Ooh. Thank you, Kaya.
With the 2 of you working together, you pick up 2 people working up ahead on a mining rig with a ground crawler nearby. They look like they're stripping components from it. And when you notice them, they seem to run towards the air crawler.
I kind of want to intercept them. And go with the story that we're security for Randall Mining and they're doing exactly what they're not supposed to, which is stripping Randall Mining's equipment.
Yeah,
and
that
assets.
or we could just run them over.
Can we try to get them?
That's not a bad idea. I think do it.
Whether or not we run them over or whatever, that's going to be our
Or
prevailing story.
you could just impose our vehicle in front of their vehicle.
I would like to intercept them in some manner.
Yeah. And if we roll a despair, it means that we'll probably run over
Preferably
them.
without killing them, but definitely with capturing them.
Capture is a better option here.
I don't want to kill them, and so I'll try and use non-lethal methods, and I'll ask Mr. Crash
That's easily done.
not to use lethal.
Okay, so I will give you a initiative roll. So for you, that would be
I was
it'll
going to
be
say
vigilance for all of you.
which one of your girls is that taking down the guys for us?
That would be Baggy and Raven just trying to take care of the bad guys.
Yeah. Okay. So as a couple, the 2 chihuahuas run up jump out of our vehicle, run up and take both the guys down.
They try to be as scary as possible.
They growl, 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 and then run away.
And then which one does the blep the most? Is it Raven?
Raven does,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah,
they both
Raven
kind
gives
of.
us a blip once she's got one down.
I really need to get my bloody force pipe back.
Okay.
Hee.
Oh, that sounds like a cool weapon. Ow, god tooth. Ow, I need a new tooth.
Well, it is because it's also got a stun setting.
Although no, my luck I'll lose a tooth.
I just have to use the side of my vibro sword.
Okay, so what is people's vigilance?
I have no idea because I do not.
Mine's
have
1
my
yellow, 1 green.
Okay, so 1 yellow, 1 green. Is it against enemies? Yes. Okay, so
Vigilance is a check to see how
2
well you do.
successes, 1 advantage.
Iona has 2 yellow, 1 green.
2 successes, 1 blank. Mike?
Um,
I see it, it's just there. I've got it.
What is your vigilance, Mike?
I'm not sure. My computer is just. I'm gonna have to reboot my computer, but
Okay, so your vigilance is 2 green.
2 green. Me up 2 successes.
And they are
reboot.
is 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue.
Wow. 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you are good at certain skills.
Ooh.
So that is
What
1
does a triumph
triumph.
mean when you get an initiative?
Triumphs are the thing that accounted first before anything else.
Yep.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Got that. And
I was
that
gonna-
is 2
I was
advantages.
going to make a joke earlier that the force spike's a bit much to help remove my kills. Because of it.
It'll remove your jaw.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, I think that's it. Oh, this is killing me.
Okay, so who wants to go first at this point?
Well, we're trying to intercept
What-
them, so
what
wouldn't
kind of-
we'll go first due to the fact that
Yeah, I was
he's
going to
driving.
say, wouldn't we use Broom Broom because we're trying to get to them and
That is
intercept them?
perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
the reason is I ask these things is because someone might decide, I want to do something, and they've got their heart set on doing it, and then the people get away while you're waiting for them to
Yeah,
finish
no,
the thing.
I don't think we're going to do anything like that. Aside from trying to hit them with a stun gun, which I think would be pointless to try at this
Stun
stage.
gun? No, I was going to knock them out.
Yeah, no, just
Physically.
no, just be careful because punches can be lethal.
No, I've got the skill for it.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh,
called
okay.
Stunning Blow, and Stunning Blow improved.
Oh, that sounds nice, actually. But
Though
for now,
remember that they are running from you, not attacking you.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, let's
So-
just try to catch up to them.
What does Brum Brum wish to do, as he's been suggested to drive in close?
Intercept.
Sure, I'll.
Cut them off from their. Did you say it's a ground crawler? That's
It's a
all?
ground. I've also got a ground crawler like you. So, Mike, what does Brum Brum wish to do?
I'm just gonna get some savage on this.
Yeah, I'll give it a crack.
Okay, so it's no real trouble getting your crawler up to theirs because you're already travelling at a decent speed when you reach them. And they haven't quite reached the crawler yet. So, how would you like to position yourself in regards to them and their crawler?
Sorry, what was that?
Okay, so if you move twice, you can intercept them before they reach their crawler.
Oh, if I move twice.
Yep.
Okay.
Which will
Um,
give you 2 strain and put 2 strain on the
So
vehicle.
what's doesn't he have some abilities that actually help him with that?
Okay. Probably. I will look.
I think full throttle is it?
Full throttle means he accelerates with to almost the full speed of the vehicle, but it will do strain. And these things won't have much strain left in them before it shorts
yeah,
out.
understandable. And what's skill drop do?
Skill jockey gives him the blue dice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would suggest not use full throttle.
Well, all he has to, if he spends two maneuvers, he basically can position between
Yeah.
the walker and
Yeah, I'll spend the. I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, as you get the vehicle to that point, it starts making popping and hissing sounds as it shuts down. Okay, so who wishes to act next?
Okay. So what's going to be an action to open the door?
Maneuver to open the door.
Maneuver to open the door. So I've got one running. So you want me putting down blasters on stun. Okay. Yeah, so I'll open the door. So that's one maneuver.
Yep.
Be another to get out, wouldn't it?
It is a maneuver to get out of the city.
Okay.
Unless you have the free.
No, I don't have the jump up thing or whatever.
It's not jump up, it's a special one for mounting and dismounting.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, you've opened the door and you've gotten up. So that will technically be 2 strain for Khalid.
I can't really do any actions, can
What happened?
You positioned your vehicle between them and their walker.
Yep.
And your walker pretty much shut down because of pushing it so hard.
Hopefully this has got more charge in it.
It's not in a power light. You just shorted it out by over moving the vehicle.
Hopefully we can get going. And
And then even though it provided it was their turn, though, I'm going to say that they're a bit stunned by the fact that you've done that.
Okay, and so Khaled's
Has opened the door and stood up out of the chair because both of those take maneuvers.
Okay, alright.
Which means that it is someone else's go who would like to go.
I would like to draw my weapon. It's on stun, and just say.
Is your weapon always on stun? Because most of the people that keep it on stun.
Generally, it is because I don't like to kill people nowadays.
It also reduces the range greatly.
I presume I'm not too far from them, but it's meant just as a threatening gesture to tell them to stay put and they won't be hurt.
You can even say that.
Stay put and you won't be hurt. Or I could try to roleplay that better with a more forceful, intimidating voice, but I don't think I'm going to manage that.
You can even try for Mickey Mouse voice.
Stay put and you won't be hurt. Death to the end of our infidel.
While I'm looming.
So we're up to Kayana. What does Kayana wish to do? Do you also get out of the seat, which will cause 2 strain for you?
I was gonna use one of my maneuvers to do coordinated assault. This character takes a maneuver to grant advantage to allies, engage with them up to the rank of leadership until the character's next turn. The range is increased by 1 band per talent in its tank. So I have 5 in tactician, so it'd be 5.
You have the tier 5 one.
So everybody's affected.
So you have 1 rank in the so far. You have rank 5, not 1 to 5. You've got rank 5.
Yeah. So the range.
It says
The
which
range
rank
is.
It says
The
which
range
rank
is
you have
5.
it. It says which tier you bought it at. So you bought it at tier 5, so you've only got 1 rank in it at this stage.
Yes. Because it's rank and leadership, but the range is 5. But anyway, I'm going to use that for other characters to get advantage.
Okay.
So that was.
So you give them all advantage, spending a maneuver.
Maneuver
do you
to
do
do so,
anything
yeah.
else?
So-
One that actually makes us have another maneuver. Which we probably should. She got you to do first.
So you can also do your field commander, giving you a average leadership check to give people a maneuver, such as
Yes.
get out of the chair.
I would like to do that.
So what is your leadership? It is
My
2 yellow,
leadership is 2 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue.
versus an average of 2 purple. Do you spend a force point?
She can't.
Oh, sorry, she can't. I can. I will spend the force point.
Haha. That's handy for you.
That doesn't let us to remove the die though, does it?
It does not, because I spent a force point.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
but
so
we're good.
yes, with 3 successes. So, what's your character's presence is 4? So you can get 4. The rest of the group to suffer 1 strain to perform a maneuver.
Yep.
So, who do you give the maneuver to first?
I will go. Thea, Khaled, Broom.
So, Thea, do you take the 1 strain to, say, get out of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, so you're out of this vehicle with the weapon pointed at the vehicle.
Okay, alright. So you said that was 1 strain?
Yep.
What's the date
Today is the 18th. So, Ross, do you take 1 strain to get out of the vehicle?
Yes, and is Loom an incidental?
I think Loom is an incidental, yes.
Yeah, so I'll get out and then.
Loom has to be done on someone else's action.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, well, believe that someone's going to be doing something.
Well, they've already done their
Yeah.
thing. And does Brum Brum do something? Does Brum Brum want to get out of the thing, or does Brum Brum just want to draw a weapon?
I'll draw a weapon.
Okay, Brum Brum has a weapon drawn. So we have Thayer on 1 strain, Khalid on 3, and Brum Brum on 3. 3 strain, that is. Okay, so new round. Who wishes to go first? They were a bit stunned that you'd managed to pull up in front of them.
And get out fairly quickly.
I'll kind of leave it to somebody else if that's okay.
So Ariadna, it's a new round. Did you wish to act now that you're out of the vehicle with the weapon thing? They were a bit surprised.
Can I just want to. I guess, and it's okay if it's part of my move, but it would be like an action to assess what they're wearing, who they are, sort of, just to get an impression, and possibly ask a question like, who are you? And it seems a bit redundant, but what are you doing here? I know they're stealing stuff, but do you know what I mean?
Okay.
To see if I can intimidate them into giving me some information.
You also know that this place has been abandoned by Randall Mining for over 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, Randall might have finally decided to follow up. Okay. I don't know about putting them into binders straight off.
Well, they haven't surrendered. They were surprised by the first round.
Do you surrender? I guess is the question. To follow up on that question, would that be the end of my turn, or?
Well, that would be the end of your action.
Yeah,
if you're
that's
doing
okay.
that.
It'll be, do you surrender? Because if they surrender, everything else is redundant. If they don't, then everyone else knows what to do.
Okay, so
Do you surrender, or does, if I'm allowed to, does my team need to get heavy with you?
so you want to intimidate them?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the word intimidate, but yeah.
That's annoying. Loom doesn't affect intimidation.
It does not.
I can
Intimidate do.
I can ask for forgiveness later, if we determine that they're harmless.
Because it is issuing a threat.
They roll or I roll?
You get
Isn't that more like questioning their allegiance?
Do I need to
Yeah,
upgrade?
I need
do you
to-
think?
You can choose to do so.
I need to do the intimidation to get an intimidating look activate. I can't give it to others.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Okay, so that goes away.
Did she get the advantage from my maneuverability that I did?
Advantage will be added onto that because it was an
Yes.
actual advantage, not a dice. So that means 6 advantages and 1 success. With that, I will say that they both capitulate and put their hands up, saying, "We give up." And you notice that they don't have any guns on them.
Okay, nice. This was what I was after.
They got toolkits and various parts stripped off the equipment.
I'm not too worried about the parts, I want information.
Well, they're slaves. They basically don't have anywhere to go.
Does this mean we're
So
out
you're out
of
of
combat?
combat.
Yeah.
You have successfully captured the people without killing them or shooting them.
I'll tell them, look, I'm more interested in information than I am in punishing you or getting the parts back.
Well, technically, you didn't talk about the parts.
Yes.
You just basically told them to surrender.
You're obviously stripping parts from here.
So yes, we're looking for equipment to keep our environmental systems working since we were marooned here by slavers.
Oh, well, that sounds fun. So whereabouts is your encampment? Or
They point off to the north, saying about 2 kilometres that way. We've got about 30 former slaves.
can we transport that many?
Not on your ship.
No. Okay. But we could call for someone to come help them.
Or, no, but the other thing is he telling the truth?
Yeah. Do I need to do any insight or anything to perceive whether or not they're telling the truth? It's a good point.
Okay, so your perception is 1 yellow, 3 green, 2 green, 2 blue, and
Against?
3 of those. And it will be against those 2.
Wolf. It's out of the thing. Do I get to re-roll it? It's gonna be the same thing. Ooh, no, better.
Okay, so
Except there's a lot of dark things there, so it might not be great. Yeah, because 4 of them could be... Oh, no, that's helped.
Okay, so you believe they're telling the truth. They look malnourished, look like they haven't had any form of immunization or regular food supplies.
I'll tell them to sit down in the shade of our vehicle.
And that they said that they've been here about 6 years.
So does the vehicle cast enough shade to be a relief?
Not really.
Well, I'll tell them to sit down or lean against the edge of the vehicle, and I'll offer them some
So they
rations.
said there's about 30 of them.
Mm-hmm.
How many pirates are there on this?
I'm not sure how many pirates there are.
Yeah, so I'll offer them some rations, and they can lean on the vehicle. Obviously not near the door.
Quite happy to eat the rations. So they comment on they were just dumped on this place because the slavers thought they weren't worth taking to market.
As far as we're concerned, your
Has
lives
anyone
are
recently
of
been
value.
dumped?
No one recently, they say. The slavers dumped them all travelling through the system.
Have you had any interaction, or do you know anything about the pirates in the area?
Oh yeah, they have a base to the west of here, pointing in the direction you've been going. Though they seem to have creatures in the tunnels surrounding them.
This is good to know.
No.
Do you
What
happen
type
to
of creatures?
know?
No one's seen them as returned. I've heard them, but no one.
I
who's seen
presume
them.
no one who's been down there has been a Mandalorian, though. So, particularly not one with a big
None of
gun.
them have had any weapons.
No. They could show us where these entrances were, though.
They could.
Possibly even give us a little bit of information about what information they can about them.
They have very little information about them except for where they are.
Alright, so what we might do, if you guys are happy with it, I'll tell them to stay put while they're eating rations, and I'll go far enough away that they can't overhear us talking, but not so far that they can jump into our thingy and run off. Presume Broom Broom is possibly tinkering, trying to get ours unshorted.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to, he can. He has very good mechanics.
Yep. And so.
Don't I have the special ability I have? Was that just the cost of parts, or was that to do with reduces the time?
Which is this? The
Fixing the.
The points I put into shipbuilding.
points you put into shipbuilding gave you lots of talents that assist with things.
Okay.
So you can turn successes into advantages. You get lots of blue dice, and you reduce the amount of time it takes to do it.
And you also have a couple of big droids to help you at the moment.
So currently you have 5 dice all up, 3 yellow, 2 green, and 2 blue.
And did you want to upgrade one?
Sure.
So actually, I think I might need you to roll after all that.
Technically, you got to remove one. Doesn't really matter from those you remove. And you have lots of successes.
He not only repairs it, he makes it run more efficiently, has more power.
Technically, yes, he can, because on a mechanics thing, you can spend advantages to upgrade it. So when you're driving, you can give yourself a blue or 2 blue dice.
Nice. Kind of worth it then.
Are they aware of if there's any ships currently at the pirate space?
I've currently taken you all aside.
They know where the pirate base is, but they don't go there. They don't have weapons, the pirates do.
Yeah.
And
So-
they have monsters.
We were told what ships are at the pirate bay already.
Yeah, I was taking you guys aside to say, I think what we could possibly do is help these guys finish stripping this thing for a few more parts to get their things going, escort them back to their camp, get what more intel we can, and then make a plan to attack the pirates from their camp. What do
Is
you
it-
guys think?
Well, yeah,
Potentially at the stranded camp, someone may know the numbers of the pirates.
Yeah,
And if it's feasible, we might be able to defeat what pirates are left here.
Yeah.
It's not a ridiculous amount,
yeah,
and we could potentially save everybody here.
Well,
Yeah.
commandeer one of the, if these ships are actually on the ground instead of in orbit.
Yeah,
Well,
if-
if you had flown towards their base, they probably would have come out to meet you.
yeah. It could be we could provoke, lure, trick, somehow convince them to bring a ship down if there isn't one. And we can use that ship to get the survivors off this planet. So if you're happy, you guys are happy with that game plan, then once Broom Broom's finished getting our ground vehicle up and running, we'll take whatever parts that are left on that mining device thingy that they were stripping and escort them back, and then also contact our ship to stealthily make its way over to near where their base is.
Potential, yeah.
Sounds good?
Yep.
Yep. Sound good?
Yeah, fair enough. Means I can get to use one of my passive talents.
Yeah.
You teeny!
What's your teeny?
Scavenging.
Ah, right, okay. Well,
Okay.
so we'll scavenge what we can off. What was it? A mine
A mining rig.
rig. That's it. Okay.
So the thing that would dig and process ores.
Do we need to roll to scavenge for that?
No, with who you have, you've actually got quite a lot of what you can do.
Ross's Utini
So Ross's
capability
Utini
and
will
Broom
assist.
Broom's mechanics and stuff.
So between all four of you, you are quite successful at helping them find useful bits.
They just have to tell us what they want and they can have a break.
Apparently, we've got a cat wanting to join in the
We've got a-
festivities.
Yep, we have an invading force.
We've got a furry rancor.
It's furry.
About the right size for a rancor as well.
It now wants to own the level up table.
He just really wants to be a space cat.
He's got a good purr going. I don't know where the mic is, but it would pick him up. The mic's actually on the shelf over there.
It is on the
I
shelf.
was gonna say I've been hearing him this whole time. So
There's the mic's actually close.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to not put it on the corner of the,
Well, I haven't put edges on the
Yeah.
thing, so it was easier to position.
Okie dokie. Let's do that.
Okay, so.
Cat agrees. It's a good plan. He's now lying on Martin's
As
book.
well as any of them actually pilots.
he's like, you don't need the book. You can do it from memory.
They're not
That's
trained in piloting. They'd just be natural talent. And most of them are fairly poor when it comes to natural talent.
Okay, let's.
Okay, so yes, you follow them in your ground vehicle to their place. You see that they have built a community out of an old ore processor. They've got a small huts and a primitive hydroponics garden with air and water filtration throughout the building. And everything looks jerry-rigged. They're quite surprised to see newcomers with weapons, and most of them put their hands up immediately.
Put their hands up.
Yeah, as in expecting to either be enslaved, shot, or beaten up.
I see.
Because
I will look
you're the equivalent of pirates just walking into the base.
Except we're shiny.
While we're
Bounty
travelling
hunters?
over there, I'll have another conversation with the guys and say, look, my intention is to share out some of my rations. If you're willing to contribute some rations, as soon as we can, I'll look at restocking. These guys haven't eaten. It might be good to give them just something to keep them going until we can get them off planet. I don't plan to be stupidly silly because I know resources are scarce, but yeah.
I would also say, as we're walking in, I will adopt a non-threatening community policing pose.
Same here.
Okay.
In fact,
Though imagine non-threatening from a assassin unit.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have a non-threatening pose.
No, you don't.
will, once the shuttle's gone, I will leave.
Well, you haven't brought your shuttle.
No.
I communicated to this. I said we'd communicate to the shuttle and get it to meet us nearby, but not right on.
No, I don't think so.
You may also lead the pirates to.
Yeah,
Can
that's
they-
what.
So they can't do that stealthily,
No,
so
I
that we
wouldn't-
can access.
I wouldn't
It's
suggest
not the shuttle is not stealthy.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
It was never stealthy.
Yeah,
Well, I did
the only
ask
thing,
that
the only
earlier,
thing that's
so
probably
no
given
one
us
mentioned
cover
it.
was the
It's
sandstorm.
why you went in the ground car before.
Yeah.
I just thought that we might be able to hide it somewhere, so that it was more convenient. But that's okay. Well, in that case, I won't be able to give them much rations because I won't have any access to it.
They probably won't need it if we're successful.
Yeah, they're only about like 4 to 5 minutes away at most.
Yeah, but we're also looking at people who've been starving for a long time and.
Well, they
struggling
have
to
a
food.
hydroponics plant, so they're not fully starving yet. So it's not going to be life or death right now in this moment.
Hmm.
So, while well-meaning, I think it's something that I don't think we have to be too concerned with right
No,
now.
I said that's okay. It was a thought that I was having.
Yeah.
Because it would be one of the ways to reassure them would be to offer them rations at the start, rather than having guns in hands, because that's one way of being non-threatening, and
Well, we'll have
Not-
guns holstered for sure.
not needed. I understand. It was.
Yeah.
I did not realize that we couldn't even.
Oh, we
Jump
got
the shuttle over.
like a standard ration, like a flask, some water and a ration pack.
Yeah,
We don't
and
have
I've already
we-
given some of my rations over, so I'll need
And
to.
they do say that the pirate base is about 5 kilometers from where you are.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
How long would it take us to
Not that long.
travel that far?
Not that far. You could probably do that in about 1 to 2 hours on
Okay.
foot.
Yeah.
In the vehicle, you could probably do it in about 20 minutes or
But it
less.
depends on how stealthy we want.
Mm.
And if you use the cave system, you can probably do it in an hour without them knowing.
Yeah, I think in terms of plans, we want to try and maybe use the cave system. Is that right?
It's the cave system, but there are monsters in the
Yes.
caves.
So
You do have
first-
animal handling, so there's that.
Yes.
But I think our idea first is before we even make a plan, let's talk to the
Yeah,
people here.
And I said first, I was going to say first, let's get more information out of these guys, and then see if we can find out what creatures they are. And at best, I'm coming home with a new pet.
If
I
not,
doubt
Or
it.
friends.
It'd be
Or
nice.
friends.
if not, we're coming back with meat.
Maybe not. Depends on what kind of monsters they are.
Well,
Alright.
Just like orcs. There's meat back on the table soon.
We'll temporarily solve the food situation.
Well, the thing is, if we're successful, we've solved the issue of getting off planet.
So yeah, well, guns holstered, as friendly as we can appear. I'll walk beside the 2 refugees and to kind of show that they're not under coercion.
People are, noticeably distressed, but they do calm down fairly quickly, considering no one shot them yet, no one's tried to beat anyone up or shake them down.
Has any of them recently escaped?
No, that they all got dumped off 6 years ago, and these are the survivors.
Okay, so the pirates couldn't care less about you.
No.
So who wants to start asking questions?
As long as we don't bother the pirates, they leave us alone, they say.
Okay. Well, the thing is, we know they've got some ships, so if we can actually commandeer those ships, we can get you off planet.
Let's start with the monsters in the caverns. Has anyone in that whole group ever heard back, heard rumours?
They have heard chittering like a insect.
Chittering like an insect.
Lovely.
Have they ever seen any tracks?
Very few have gone that far into the tunnels.
Has it ever the creatures, have they ever come out of the cavern tunnels to, say, attack people approaching?
They've never been attacked this far out, and that they learnt not long after the pirates moved in not to go near where they are.
Okay. So no one here has been partly into the tunnels and then retreated.
The only people who went into the tunnels haven't returned.
Fair enough.
And that was warning enough for them. They didn't want to risk too many more lives.
Fair enough.
But from reports of those who made it there's enough room for a ground crawler to go in there.
Oh, that's good information.
But-
Have they... Oops, sorry.
That they don't have spare ground crawlers.
Yeah, we've got their one and our one, and provided we get them off planet, they might not need their one, so they might be happy to lend us their one if we need a secondary one. Would they be prepared to lend us their one if we make an attempt to not just overtake these pirates, but to get them off this planet and somewhere safe?
They would be happy to get off this planet. Though for most of them, it's been their home for a long time. They would rather not have to struggle so much.
Do you all want to leave? Does anyone want to stay?
Not a single person puts their hand up to stay.
You have your own hydroponics, you said. Do you ever trade with the pirates for food or for anything else?
We don't communicate with them at all.
Damn.
They have weapons. We have nothing they want.
I understand that. I'm just hoping that we could get some idea of how many pirates there were. And ways that they might have come across that information.
They have seen ships come and go occasionally. Most of them head for the center of the main mine, which is where they're pointing to the west. They say it's a 50-meter wide crater that has been drilled right into the planet's core.
If I consult our scans and the data we've got, can I get a better idea of where it might be then?
Yes, there's only one major shaft
Okay.
in that region.
Okay, that helps. Alright.
And it's got a honeycomb or passageways leading to it.
That reminds me of an episode of Rebels.
It is very much like that.
So to quote Critical Role, how do you guys want to do this?
Okay, so we could drive our vehicle through the tunnels and try to run over any bugs that come out.
No. I suggest that if we drive in doing scans, and as soon as we sense a monster, a monstrosity of any, or a creature of any sort, we might get the guy with the big gun ready to shoot.
The guy with the big gun is currently on
Yeah, the guy unfortunately is not with us.
Yes, actually that's true.
You can go back and get him.
Yeah, we could, yeah, we'd have to go back and get him because we can't have the shuttle come over. But yeah, we could go and get him, and leave Feather to guard the shuttle.
The other thing is Feather is not very good at combat. He's good at talking, but I don't think these insects will be interested in talking.
No, that's what I mean. Feather could guard the shuttle. We could get Ash with the big gun, unless of course you guys think you can take this creature. With my animal knowledge, does any of that, or is it just too broad information?
It's too broad. You don't know the scale or the home.
The size of the tunnel, the chittering, and the tracks they describe, narrow that down.
Worst case, you're talking about something like an acklay, which is like a praying mantis, larger than a elephant.
Okay.
But I don't think it'd be any hive creatures, because if it was, they would have been inundated on workers and things like that.
Unless they've only got a couple of them.
Yeah.
So my next question was going to be, do I have an idea of the kind of firepower it would take to take down a creature like that?
Well, you do have someone with a suppression gun, which is Ash.
Mm-hmm.
He would quite easily be able to put something like that down. You have snipers such as Khalid.
Mm-hmm.
You have blade fighters such as you and Kayana.
So I think what we need to do to prepare is decide whether or not we want to spend time getting Ash. And if we want to do that to start with. Make sure that we've got a good set of, or a light source, so that we can light up whatever it is in there once we're in there. And then just make sure we've got all of our heavy guns and stuff ready when we go in.
You also want to make sure you have toolkits for breaking into places, and make sure you have extra canisters for your suit, so you're not relying on whatever chemicals are in the area.
Yeah, okay.
So we found before 4 extra breath masks, which we could use, 6 power rods, 4 glow rods, which is flashlights, and 3 recording rods. We could potentially trade whatever we don't need. Maybe like the glow rods, or maybe.
Well, I've got glow rods. I've only got 2.
So what you've been able to figure out is the main shaft goes 500 meters down from the surface. Doesn't actually go all the way down, but it is fairly deep.
I do have climbing gear.
And the branches for it go out in all directions. So you could probably enter not far from where your ship is. A lot easier than you can from here, because here you've got to double back a lot of times to get all the way down to the bottom.
That helps
And
to know.
your vehicle might not make it through all those double backs, whereas the furthest entry points would work their way directly down.
Okay, so we'll do that. Is it worth seeing whether or not a couple of them are willing to come back with us to the ship just to give us more information if there's something we think of, or maybe just leave a comm link with them if a comm link will work over that distance?
I don't think they have comms.
It would work over that distance, but they suggest no comms because they don't want to attract the pirates here.
Well, that's why I thought maybe bringing a couple of the locals.
But they're happy to go with you.
Yeah.
They just don't want to bring the pirates here.
No, and that's why I'm like, my first thought was bring a couple of locals with us just in case there's.
Because they expect the pirates to just take all the food and leave them with nothing.
Yeah, fair enough. So I have got. I've still got stun grenades. And I have stim packs.
And some of them are happy to help you navigate the tunnels, having been on this planet for a long time and practiced with the dangers of the world. As in, they have specialised in survival on this world.
I also have electro-binocs and scanners and an electric lock breaker and things like that. So, yeah, going back to the ship, we can get all of that gear. Would we need both the ground crawler thingies, vehicles, to carry us and that equipment? Like,
Well,
it barely fitted 4 of us.
Well,
so
you can put all your gear in the compartment behind.
Yeah.
right. And would Ash fit in with his gun?
Probably not comfortably, but you can technically take both crawlers down.
Yeah, and
Because
that's
they were coming with you.
okay. Yeah. So we'll do that. All right.
We've
Sounds
got
like we've
2
got a
of them coming
plan.
with you. I am really flagging right
Yeah.
now.
Well, that's why I'm like, I presume you're gonna end it on heading back to our ship.
I think that's not a bad place to end it, because then
Yeah.
we can have Ash next time.
And then Martin again won't get to use any of his miniatures that he's got here, and there's a lot here.
All potentials is what they are.
They
yes,
are all potentials.
Yeah. There'll be
Though
potentials for next
we
game.
did just have a potential boss put in there,
He's cool.
which is a Wookiee with swords.
Oh, is that the new one?
I like him.
From Ross. Were
It's a
there
new
other
one
new
for
ones
Ross.
from Ross for Star Wars, or just?
He put that down as a possible boss
Ah, nice.
and a possible boss minion.
Yeah, that was all for Cyberpunk.
But hey, it works either way.
Oh. I was gonna say, can you guys see those minis? The Wookiee looks pretty.
Well, we can't really have the
Desert.
Power Ranger.
Desert and Deadshot.
Yeah, Desert would be that one.
Yeah. The guys online won't know who Desert and Deadshot is.
Well, they might have watched the Shadow one at some point. If they do, they'll find him there. So, did you guys want to add anything before I put on to end credits and chat to you afterwards?
I think that's it. All good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, going to end credits.